Good Sunday morning, my friends. It is Sunday, March 8th. Did you remember to push your clocks forward? I did, but I also didn't have to get up too early this morning because we had our pre-Cana weekend this weekend at church. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah, it was ugly. Pre-Cana was fabulous. Eating was ugly. And we went to, part of that is going to church last night. So we went to church last night, so I did not have to get up and do that this morning. Although Doug did. He sang last night and he had to sing solo this morning. So he got up and went to church. So I got up. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for exercise this morning. I was going to do a run and HIIT training, and then I kind of got into the zone on my run and I ended up doing 5 miles. So that's all I'm doing. I'm not going to do any HIIT. I might do a short one, like a 7-minute one after I recover a little bit. I just finished. We'll see. So yeah, let's talk about eating. Ugh. I went in with a plan. I had a solid plan and it went by the wayside. Friday night, it's always pizza night. We get there at 6 o'clock and the first thing we do is have dinner with all the engaged couples. We have pizza, beer, wine, salad, stuff like that. And Friday is a day of religious fasting for me during Lent, so I had all 23 of my points. So I knew I was going to be fine. My plan was 2 slices of pizza and a salad. Yeah. There were snacks on all the tables. There were the Hershey miniature assortments on all the tables, and the Reese's miniature assortments. But you know what? I didn't touch those. But you know, if you've watched my channel, you know my biggest weakness. Nuts. There were big bowls of nuts on all the tables. Yeah, so 2 pieces of pizza, a big salad, a couple of potato chips, probably a point's worth, and 6 points worth of nuts. Yeah, it was not pretty. Oh, and they had this brownie tray from Sam's. It was this massive brownie tray, and the brownies were cut, and each row of brownies had something different on them. One had white chocolate shavings, one had caramel, one had dark chocolate shavings, one had nuts. The bars were probably about 3 inches long by 1.5 inches wide. I had a 1-inch cube, like bite, just one bite of one. And that was enough. I was fine. It's those darn nuts, again, that got me. I was so mad at myself. So I resolved on Saturday, not going to touch the nuts, got a plan, I know what I'm doing. Got up and had, Doug made me breakfast in bed. We didn't have to be there until 12:30. So Doug made me breakfast in bed while I worked on my updating my website and watching all the collabs that came out yesterday. If you haven't seen it yet, there was a fast food makeover collab that I participated in. A lot of great recipes. Go check that out. If I remember, I'll link it in the card and in the description box below. So I was doing that. Doug made me a beautiful veggie omelet and some bacon. So I had a 3-point breakfast, which was my plan. And then we packed our lunches, and I packed a, sorry, I just need to lean. My legs are tired. Packed a picky plate to go. I packed some turkey, a cara orange, and I decided to pack a bag, one of the 100-calorie bags of almonds. I thought, you know what? If I take that pre-portioned bag and I have that and I have it for 3 points, that's going to keep me away from those darn nuts on the table. Like, this is a good plan. So I put that in there. What else? Oh, and Denise over at Dish with D made her pumpkin bars, and I will try to link that somewhere. They are delicious. They are so, so good. And she had given me some, so I packed that in my picky box, and I packed one for Doug. So I had and what else? Is there anything else? I was going to pack a Baby Bell, but Adam ate them all. Oh, I packed an applesauce, but ended up not eating that. So anyway, I had a plan. And I knew that dinner tomorrow night after church, we have a catered dinner. I knew that was going to be chicken parm. Now, I was told a salad and green beans also. There were no green beans. But it ended up being... So I ate my lunch. But I ate the other nuts too. What is my problem? What is my problem? Picked at the nuts, picked at the nuts, picked at the nuts. And, I only pick one or two, like, little ones at a time. So I probably only have a quarter cup over the whole day. And I know nuts are a healthy fat and all that. But you know what? When you're trying to be point cognizant because you have stuff going on, that's not the kind of crap you have to do. So, oh yeah, speaking of being point cognizant, look what's sitting here. I brought those home for Adam. They were supposed to go up on his desk last night and they didn't, but honestly, I won't touch those. So anyway, I had a piece of chicken parm. They were pounded very thin and they weren't real big pieces. So I had a piece of that and I took one that hardly had any cheese on it. I had that, and then they had like just pasta in sauce. I didn't have any of that. Then they had like a pasta in a white creamy sauce, kind of like an Alfredo, but not an Alfredo. It had sun-dried tomatoes and asparagus. I had about a half a cup of that. I had a roll because they were the hard, crusty sesame rolls. They look so good. A tablespoon of butter, and I filled half my plate with salad. Not bad at all. I was pretty happy with what I had. Then dessert came out. I ended up having a cream puff. In the app it said it's 15 points. Was it 15 points? I don't know, because it was more on the mini side. But you know what? I said I'm going to count it as 15 points because I'd rather overpoint than underpoint. So I had that, and then I had a piece of arugula. So, hello, what the heck was my problem? But you know what? Then I thought to myself, I ate it. I tracked it all. I tracked 45 points for dinner and 54 points on the day. I am negative 14 into my weeklies. I have never in my life done that before, but you know what? It's life and it's okay. Am I going to do that every day? Nope. Am I even going to do that once a month? Probably not. But I did it. I enjoyed my food. I enjoyed the fellowship. I enjoyed the company. Looking back, I probably wouldn't have had the cream puff. I don't even know. I was full. I was satiated. I just wanted dessert. I should have cut it in half. And I didn't. Because I was sitting there talking. I wasn't mindful, I don't think, when I was eating the cream puff. I was sitting there talking and I just was eating it without thinking. And that is not good. And we all know that. And I rarely do that, but I did. Nobody's perfect. So it is a new day. I am moving on. I am going to make a cup of tea. I'm not sure what kind of tea I want this morning. Something yummy. I was thinking about maybe a green tea just to kind of flush everything out of my body, all the sodium and all that. I have some almond cookie that's a green tea that's really, really good. So I think I might make some of that this morning. And then I have, I'll make some green iced tea. I've really been hitting hard the copycat Starbucks passion tea lemonade for the last couple days. But I think I'm looking for my tea as I'm talking to you because I need my tea. And God knows, you know, you've seen my tea. You've seen my tea drawer. There's a lot of tea in here. I am thinking about, there it is, almond cookie. I love this tea. There are actually, I don't know if you can see them. See that? Look at that. Bits of almond in there. So yeah, I think I'm going to brew a pot of green tea, green iced tea, and really just kind of pound it today just to get some of that sodium. I mean, pizza Friday night and a catered dinner last night, you know it's full of sodium. So I'm going to try to get that out of me. And am I expecting a gain this week? I am. It's okay. It's life and it happens, and we're going to move on. We're not going to let this spiral into anything else. Last night, before I went to bed, I pre-tracked my entire day. I'm not going to starve myself today. Why am I getting my food scale out? I guess I could weigh my tea. I don't know why I just did that. So I pre-tracked my day. I'm not going to let it derail me, and I'm not going to starve myself. I'm not going to do that. Now, I do have a pretty low point day of eating today, not for any reason because of what I did yesterday, just because that's the way it happened. I'm going to make some blueberry pancakes for breakfast because I've been craving those. And I've been craving a hot dog. Wrong thing to eat today with all the sodium, but I have been craving a hot dog, and I don't know why. So I am going to make some mummy dogs, hot dogs wrapped in dough, and some deviled eggs for lunch. And then for dinner, I'm going to be filming a collab. It is the Make a Meal with Trader Joe's products collab. Yeah, I'm kind of making it up on the fly, but it's only going to be about 7 points as far as I know for the whole dinner. So I'm excited about that. And that's really about it today. Maybe a little snack somewhere. I don't know. But it's what you do. You just jump back on the horse. I mean, like my leader always says, if you're driving down the road and you get a flat tire, you don't just say, oh, that's it. I'm going to live here forever. I'm stuck on the side of the road for the rest of my life. My car's messed up. I'm done. Send my clothes. No, you change it and you move on. Just like when you have a day of eating like I did yesterday. I'm changing it today and I'm moving on. I'm not giving up. I'm not saying, you know what? I'm just going to eat my face off and gain that 65 pounds back because, I messed up yesterday. No! Back on the horse, back on the wagon, back to normal life. There's normal life and there's special life. Yesterday was special life. This weekend was special life. We do pre-Cana twice a year. We love doing it. We enjoy doing it. We have a good time doing it. We have the couples that are the other lead couples. We've become very close with, very good friends with, and yesterday we laughed with them. We cried with them. It was fabulous. And the engaged couples were sensational. And, you just do it. So that's that. I am going to go do my tea. Like I said, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You can see the almonds in there. So I am going to go brew that with a whole pot of it and get started on that. Make some iced tea. And I will be back and I will show you my breakfast. And then once Doug will be home shortly and I'm not showered yet. We are going to take a ride to Sprouts, Trader Joe's, and Costco, I believe, this morning, this afternoon, whatever. Yeah, so I'll bring you a mini haul later, probably. Probably in a separate video. I just need a couple things. It's going to be small, I hope. Adam comes home today from his Model UN weekend. He is having a blast. He is doing a great job. He's presenting papers and all that fun stuff. Andrew got home to college, home to Maryland yesterday from his week in Jacksonville, Florida with Habitat for Humanity. Oh, the pictures and just, and he wrote on his Instagram when he posted a bunch of pictures, "Thank you, Jacksonville, for letting me serve you." Oh, that melted this mama's heart. I love that my children love to serve others. I love that they have a servant's heart. And, we've tried to teach them that from early on. We've tried to teach them to live with joy. Jesus first, others second, yourself last. And so far, so good. So hopefully they will continue that. But yeah, so he's exhausted. So we'll get to see him. I'm not sure. We'll either get to see him for a few hours on the 21st of March. If he's able to come home, he's going to come home for Aunt Adam's play. But we're not sure if he's going to be able to come home. He might be in Myrtle Beach for a track meet. Not sure yet. It'll be a game time decision. But then we'll be able to see him, I think, the first week of April. Adam has Acceptance Students Day. Andrew's not going to be at the college that day because he'll be at a track meet. But I think we're going to spend the night. And then the next day he'll be back and we'll be able to take him out to breakfast or lunch or something and just see him. And then I'll be home for Easter for a few days. So craziness, but that's okay. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, I have talked for 15 minutes. This is ridiculous. The rest of this day is going to be quick, I promise. I will be back. I will show you my breakfast. Okay, here is my breakfast. Blueberry pancakes made with 1/3 cup of Birch Benders protein pancake mix, 1/3 cup of almond milk, 1 egg, teaspoon of baking powder, teaspoon of vanilla, blueberries, and 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup. That is breakfast this morning for 3 points on blue and purple and 5 points on green. So I really didn't have a lunch to show you because I didn't get my hot dogs. I knew that wasn't going to happen because I knew once we got out shopping it was going to take too long, and by the time we got home and I filmed and we put the groceries away, it's going to be time to start dinner. So we were very hungry when we left Costco, and we bought a rotisserie chicken at Costco and grapes. So we had rotisserie chicken and grapes in the car driving from Costco to Trader Joe's. You know, it's better than driving through and getting a Big Mac. So that's what we had for lunch in the car, picking apart the rotisserie chicken. That's why it's half eaten when you see my Costco, Trader Joe's, Sprouts haul that already went up. Yeah, because we picked at it. But like I said, it's better than the alternative. So that was my 0-point lunch. What else? Oh, in the haul, I also bought some little granola bites, and Doug and I split a bag of the mixed berry. And they are 3 points, so I had half the bag. I'm counting that as 2 points. So that is what I have had so far today. And I will be back. I can't even show you my dinner because it's a collab. Yeah, maybe I'll just show you a picture of it and not tell you about it. I feel bad doing that. But it should be about 7 points is my guess. Yeah, 7 points. So plenty of room left over for a little snack tonight, maybe. I don't know. Trying to definitely roll some points over after eating my face off yesterday. So we'll see. Okay, so while I was getting the chicken ready to package, I thought I would show you what I do. I do not weigh every piece of chicken, but if you notice, like this is a pretty big piece of chicken and it weighs 9 ounces. That is too much. So what I like to do to get the most out of my chicken is, if you can see here, that's the little like chicken finger, the chicken tenderloin. So I cut that off and I toss that into a bowl. And then I have my nice breast, and if it's really, really thick, I'll trim the back of it, toss that into another bowl. Then I have the perfect sized chicken breast. In addition to having the perfect sized chicken breast, I'm gathering a bowl of chicken tenders, which I can take, let's say, I don't know, 10 of them and package them as chicken tenders. Then these become perfect to throw in the air, you know, bread up and throw in the air fryer for chicken fingers, toss with buffalo sauce and make them buffalo fingers, whatever. And then I have all those pieces that I cut off the back of the chicken, and I package this up and I label it casserole chicken. I hate to take these beautiful breasts and cook them up and then chop them into oblivion when I'm making a casserole, like a chicken divan or any kind of casserole where you're shredding or chopping the chicken. I use these pieces that I took off the back. I'll weigh them out, usually in a pound or a pound and a half, depending, package, and package them up that way. So that way, I'm not eating a breast this big, and there's really no waste because I'm using every piece of the chicken breast. This way I have beautifully sized breasts and different cuts of chicken for different meals. So I just thought I would give you that little tip, and that's how I do it. And I'm having a salad, and I will give you a quick little peek at the collab meal I'm having, but can't talk about it. It'll be out on March 16th. There it is. Doesn't it look delicious? Okay, my friends, I am done for the night. I'm tired. I finally got all my meat packaged. It's all in the freezer. My freezer is totally organized. I have a stand-up freezer in the basement, in addition to a chest freezer and an extra refrigerator freezer in the basement. But the stand-up freezer is my meat freezer. It has 3 shelves. The first shelf is all chicken. The middle shelf is all beef. The third shelf is all pork. Then I guess there's 4 because there's the bottom of the fridge, and that's miscellaneous. Anything like leftover soup that's been packaged, you know, that kind of stuff. Actually, there's a turkey in there that belongs to Denise. Yeah, Denise, I still have your turkey in my freezer. It's fine. It's got plenty of room for it. I don't mind. But I don't want you to forget that it's in there, that I have a turkey of yours. You know, it's what friends do. We store each other's turkeys. So the freezer is getting full. It's not as full as I'm used to. And honestly, it doesn't need to be anymore. You know, back when both boys were home and their friends were here constantly, I went through a whole lot more food. But now with Andrew gone, you know, for what, 9 months out of the year, and with Adam leaving in August, I'm going to have to really scale back on my cooking and learn how to cook smaller portions, which shouldn't be a problem. You know, I can do math, I can have things. So just a new chapter in our life. I know I'm having sound issues. I bought a new microphone after I broke my last one, and it's not working. So I just requested a new one from Amazon. So I have to double check and see when it will be here. I hope it will be here either tomorrow or Tuesday, because that microphone really solves all my sound issues. I found out Kim, over a Girl on Her Phone, researched it a little bit because she's so good at that. And apparently an iPhone has 3 microphones. And if the right one doesn't start picking up when you start recording, it eventually finds it. That's why the sound gets better, but is low in the beginning of each clip. The way to solve that is with an external microphone. Well, I broke the first one, and now this one, the new one, doesn't work. So it worked for about a week, and now it doesn't work. So hopefully I will get this fixed. Eventually I would like to buy a camera to do this with, but you know, they're pricey and my phone works pretty well usually. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, and I am going to go finish cleaning up the kitchen. I am going to get lunches packed, and I am going to spend some quality snuggle time on the couch with my hubby before the work week starts. It's going to be an interesting one. Time change, full moon, Friday the 13th. My job involves children. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week for the Jones Pointed Plate. Plus we have a swim banquet tomorrow night. We have something else. I have weigh-in Tuesday night. Oh, that ought to be fun after my 54-point day and the swim banquet and everything else. But we've got some stuff going on this week. Not as much as last week, but next week's going to be, with Tech Week and the play and everything, is going to be crazy. So it is what it is, and we'll get through it like we always do. And that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys so much for listening to my confession this morning. I know it happens. It happens to all of us. And, you know, what are you going to do about it? So it's life. I say that all the time. But the key is getting right back on the wagon, which I did today. So thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow for a full day of eating. Have a great night, and I will talk to you all soon.